What's up, everybody? Welcome to the live composing show. This is Stephen Melin. Hope you're having a fabulous day. It is August 6th, 2025. I cannot believe it's August already. It's just crazy how fast time is flying. I think the more kids you have, the faster time goes by. That's my theory. I'm sticking to it. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing great. Today is launch day, if you're not aware, inside Video Game Music Alliance. We have a 3-day launch, and so at the time of this recording right now, 24 hours left. If you'd like to jump inside Video Game Music Alliance, come level up with us. There's a link in the description below, as well as the live chat. All you really have to do is go to videogamemusicalliance.com, and you can jump into a 3-day free trial and come check it out, come see what we're all about. So, boom, if you go over here, videogamemusicalliance.com, there it is. There's a countdown timer. All you gotta do is click on that link right there, and it gets you inside for a 3-day free trial. And if you're not familiar with what we do, well, I like to call it a music and business school combined without the crippling debt. So it's really 3 things: a proven path to earn a sustainable income as a game music composer, curated content so you don't have to waste time searching through YouTube forever, finding the essential information you need to know to actually build a career doing this thing, and then instant feedback on everything that you make, because we have some pros in your corner helping you out. We have so many members throughout our last few years, several hundred now. A couple hundred, I guess, would be more accurate. And at the time of this recording, there's about 70 active members, which is really awesome. And basically, we have 2 different lanes here. So if you're not interested, if you just want to grab some of our free stuff, we have a free music theory course, free YouTube videos, free blog articles, and our Discord server. You can always come hang out with us. And I encourage you to start there if you're not familiar with what we do. On the paid side, we have our pro membership, which is really what the free thing is today. Come try it out. Come check it out. Inside there, we also have private coaching, one-on-one, and our courses. And occasionally, we have a merch shop seasonally. So there's the music theory course. It's now free, the beginner's guide to video game music theory. Even if you are already familiar with the basics of music theory, maybe you're not familiar with video game music theory. It's a little bit different. That might be super helpful for you. And if you go over here to the pro membership side, you can learn all about what we do. Things like how we have our live Q&A sessions every single month. It's super helpful for our members. We have masterclass guests. Look at all these folks that we've had. It's crazy. So our last few have been Venus Theory, Richard Jacques, Mikolaj Stroinski. I mean, come on. We've had legends on here. Austin Winery, Tom Salta, John Everest, Brian Schmidt, Winifred Phillips, Jason Graves, Grant Kirkhope, Darren Korb, David Wise. Come on. We also now recently have added sound effects only clips, which is really cool. The archive is pretty close to 100 now of game clips, which are video game clips without sound effects. With sound effects with no music. They're all at 1080p 60 FPS, which is perfect for scoring inside your DAW. And we're going to be using one of those today, actually, for our Romancing SaGa. So for those of you inside VGMA already, here's the actual database, by the way, right here. If you go down to RPG, down here, there it is. There's the one we're going to be using today, the Romancing SaGa. SaGa 2, Revenge of the Seven. And these are so helpful for putting your music into a real game, using it as part of your demo reel. So helpful. And what else we got? Pro perks. If you're inside VGMA, you also get a 10 to 50% discount on these guys. One of the best ones is 8DO, which people talk about all the time. 8DO usually does a bunch of big sales anyway, and our unique codes actually stack on top of what they're already doing. So people walk away with like $20 with like thousands of dollars worth of stuff. It's kind of insane. And we have so many great courses and mini courses and training. But what's the point? What is all this stuff? I mean, nobody wants like hundreds of hours of stuff to watch if it doesn't actually help you. What's really nice is you can decide, kind of choose your own adventure based on what your biggest needs are. If it's business, if it's production, if it's composition, if it's music theory, if it's the technology side of using a DAW, we're going to help steer you. We're not just going to say, hey, have fun, good luck, No, we're going to coach you. We're going to point you to, hey, you really should probably go learn some middleware in Unity today. Go work on this course right here. Or, hey, you really, your music sounds awesome. I think you're ready to start making a game music pack. Come check out this course over here. Or, hey, I think you're at the very beginning and you really got to work on the basics of like how to write your first VGM track. Here's a 3-month course that's really going to walk you week by week with homework assignments and everything. That could be the thing that really, really helps you take that next season, that next step. And if you have not heard, private coaching is now included as part of being in the group. This is something we started last quarter. And so for the last 3 months, we've had a lot of people. We've had dozens of composers enjoy those coaching sessions and make some big progress. So anyway, come check it out. Come jump in. We'd absolutely love to have you. And last thing here before I move on, this is the actual pro group. So we have like our community side. It's like a giant Facebook group, but way better because it's actually tailored to us and what we talk about. We have all of our live events coming up. I mean, look at August alone. We have our composing challenge listening party. We're going to be rescoring Tunic. We are doing our monthly live Q&A call with Jordan Metzer, our music theory guru. Next month, we have the Power Rangers composer and Dungeons and Dragons and Marvel and Disney and all sorts of stuff. Tony Porter, he's also done Star Wars games, which is cool. He's going to talk with us about sound design and working with middleware. And then we continue to have more masterclasses or Q&A calls with our coaches, and we have more training and all sorts of stuff coming up. We're talking about game music packs, learning about how to the correlation between serving food and composing music, which is very interesting. We have our private coaching, all these things, right? We're stacked full, and I really, really hope that is a blessing for you guys. So come check us out. And if you want to be one of those people who comes and joins for 3 days and you take the fire hydrant, take the fire hose and, shove in your mouth and drink as much as you possibly can in 3 days and then leave, fine. I invite you to do that. Come check it out. If it is not good for you, do not stay. It's okay. So we've had people come and they're like, this isn't for me. I really want to do film music instead, or trailer music, or production music. Cool. Awesome. Not for you. But for a lot of people, video game music is your future. Seriously, come try it. Come check us out. And I'm not saying that for my benefit. It's for your benefit. We have the materials already. We have the coaching structure in place for you already. If you like what we do, come check us out. I really think that's going to be a big blessing for you and help set you on a path of success. We've had story after story after story of people finding their first game gigs, getting connected with, honestly, their dream clients and making big shifts in their career. And they have made their money back 10-fold, 20-fold, easily, 100-fold, maybe in some cases. It's kind of crazy, honestly, some of the stories we've been hearing. So anyway, come check us out. And I know there's lots of people here in the live chat that would probably say the same thing. So don't take my word for it. What's up, Chris? Welcome, Matt, a bunch of others. Glad you guys are here. So what are we doing today? We are rescoring Romancing SaGa 2. So Romancing SaGa 2, the SaGa series, if those of you are unfamiliar, I have not played much of the SaGa series, but my first SaGa game was actually Final Fantasy Legend. Do you guys remember that from the Game Boy? It was the very first Final Fantasy game. It was actually on the Game Boy, but it wasn't actually a Final Fantasy game, but it was made by Square. And it was... did I say that right? I think I said that wrong. It was the first Secret of Mana game, and it was on Game Boy, but it was Final Fantasy Legend is what it was called. But it was still somehow in this SaGa universe. It's a little complicated. I mean... Let me just show you the chart just to clear this up. I think even Square has a hard time explaining it. I saw this yesterday, and I thought it was really interesting. Here you go. This is their attempt to explain the Romancing SaGa, because the SaGa project entails all of the SaGa Frontier series. But then right here in the middle is the SaGa Final Fantasy Legend, and then all the SaGa. It's a confusing mess, but all you got to know is some of these are old games from the Super Nintendo era or Game Boy era, and they've been remade. So earlier this year, Square Enix released Saga Frontier 2 remastered, and so now today what we're talking about is Romancing SaGa 2, Revenge of the Seven, which is a really cool looking Super Nintendo game that's been remastered and like from the bottom up. It's now 3D and everything. Really cool stuff, honestly. I never got into this series, but I might look into it because from the gameplay that I played to record the video for today, it was fun. I actually enjoyed it. I'm a sucker for turn-based RPGs, and they clearly put a lot of love into this. So, very exciting stuff. So what I want to do now, before anything else, let me just play you part of the video that I have.
We have been beset upon!
So what I have is basically exploration. We're walking around in a dungeon. We get into a battle.
Father, we have been beset upon!
So it's a father and son, prince and the king, fighting in a dungeon. And again, this clip is available for all of you inside BGMA if you really come grab it. I do all these recordings because I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd gamer who plays a lot of games, and so I record them. Again, we're up to almost 100 games already. It's crazy.
Allow me to prove my...
It is so helpful to have a clip like this with no music, because then you put your own music inside of it and mix it, and it is, hopefully you'll clarify to the world that you did not work on this game, but you rescored it. It's such a powerful piece to your social media. It's powerful on YouTube. It's powerful in your demo reels, and you just never know who's going to find you as a result of doing this. And can I just take a second? I'm on my soapbox today. I want you guys to be aware of this, especially those of you who want to become game composers professionally. I want you to understand something. In this last year alone, in 2025, I can think of 2 games, but there's probably way more. But I can think of 2 games right off the bat, big game soundtracks that the hiring developers reached out to lesser known composers because of their social media presence. First one I can think of is Avowed, which is Venus Theory. Cameron, if you know him. We actually just did a really cool interview with him inside BGMA last quarter. And the story was simple. He's been making YouTube videos for a long time, and he's been writing music for films and things. But one of the development team guys reached out to him, and he thought it was a spam email because he's like, "There's no way this is real." But they from Obsidian, they just straight up asked him, "Hey, will you work on this soundtrack?" And then they had a conversation, and boom, landed it. And so he just scored this AAA game. He went from 0 to 100 overnight. But of course, it's not overnight because he had a long-standing YouTube presence and has really great music and a great work ethic and a very unique sound. But that's how he landed it. It's because he was active online. Another recent example, was Expedition 33, Clair Obscur, that game. Very similar situation. Those are, I believe, ex-Ubisoft employees from Montreal in France. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's it. But those guys, they found a French composer on SoundCloud, of all places. They reached out, had a conversation, boom, hired for the soundtrack. A lesser-known composer. Why am I saying this? Because don't discount the power of something like this, like a YouTube show, or taking a gameplay clip like this and putting your own music to it and then sharing that online, because you just never know who's going to see it or how that's going to turn into a soundtrack gig. You never know. So don't discount it. Anyway, back to the show. So you get the point here. It's so nice to have a cool game clip like this, 60 FPS.
Were that I could avoid fighting altogether.
So what I want to do is write to that, and this is a way longer clip, and there's multiple there's actually a boss battle at the end.
To me.
All of this once you have your full team. So that might be more interesting, but for right now, I want to just clip it here at this first battle, write a cool little battle track, And if we want to loop it, we maybe use the gameplay footage to shift the music around, whatever. But yeah, let's have some fun. The palette that I'm going for that first came to mind was to start with some strings that are pretty gritty. And you should also realize that whenever you're doing like a normal combat theme for a game, you don't want the intensity to be 10 out of 10. You also don't want it to be 1 out of 10. You want to find somewhere in the middle, usually around 5 or 6 out of 10 intensity, because the boss battles should be the 10 out of 10. And then your exploration, walking around ambient stuff, exploration, that should be more like 1 or 2 out of 10. So this needs to sit somewhere in the middle. So it needs to have some energy, it needs to have some groove, some drive, a faster tempo. So I chose 154 as my BPM. And all I've come up with so far is this little string line.
We have been beset upon!
And I felt like it was cool to put it in 5/4 time.
We have been beset upon! Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I added some more drums. I feel like it just kind of gave the right groove. Something like that. And then that's all I've written so far. But that's the idea. I want to do something really groovy, bass line-ish. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to lean more into like a live synth or a live bass or something like that. Here's a couple ideas I was just playing around with earlier. So here is my Poly D synth behind me. Gives it some like grit, you know? Some overdrive. And then I have a bass beside me. Not quite sure what I want to do with it. I was thinking just some like 16th notes. That kind of groove. Kind of a rock beat meets orchestral, which is pretty typical in anime stylized music in video games. That's kind of the direction I'm going. And the reason is it kind of has a groovy flow to it. Nothing about this feels super duper threatening. This is not like a 180 BPM like in your face kind of thing, like a boss battle. But it's also not so calm that it's boring and you don't really want to move and fight, right? That's kind of the blend you want to try to find in these combat tracks. And then last of all, it has to be groovy enough and interesting enough that people want to listen to it on repeat for a long time and not get absolutely bored with it, you know, the 500th time they've heard it in the game, if this is, you know, the normal battle. So that's kind of where my headspace is at right now. So I think the first thing I want to do is actually get this bass line in. So let me do that. If you'll allow me to just experiment here a little bit, I'm going to turn it on over here. Got my, if you really want to see all the inner workings, this is my RME Fireface interface. It has all my mics and stuff. So all I do over here is turn on the phantom power. It's already plugged up. Give it a second to like, yeah. What you're hearing is grounding. You hear that buzz? It's because my bass is literally on the ground. I have to pick it up. But over here, give me 2 seconds. Got the wife asking a question. Okay. Let me save all of our ears from the bass. I knew it was going to happen. Any of you play guitar or bass? A lot of composers do. I'm not the best at it, but it's something I've aspired to be better at. Can you guys hear that? You should be able to. Yeah, cool. So a couple of things going on here. I have Guitar Rig. This is an old plugin, but I love it, especially for line-in bass. There's a DI bass preamp right here. It's setting number 2, and I like it as is. I wonder why my you guys hear that? Let me turn down all of our ears real quick. I'm gonna mute it so I can turn this off and on. All right, hopefully that is a little better. A little loud. I haven't recorded bass on this show in a long time. Also, just recently had my bass set up with new strings and everything, and so it feels so smooth and buttery. I think what I'm hearing is doubling. That's why it sounds weird. So let me keep. There's my tone. Sorry, my tone knob was down. You can't hear that. Dang it. Now I understand. Okay. Oh. This happened last time when I was doing live synths. I'll show you. This is a very simple thing. But my headphones that I'm currently using, that's the issue here. I have to go to my headphones, which is the Sony's. And how do I do this? Maybe I need to make the... Is that the secret? Yeah. Yep, that was the secret. By turning that down, now it's no longer doubled in my ears. And then you can hear it, I can hear it, and a little test record right here.
We have been beset upon!
Cool. A little sloppy, but might be my settings here. Let me play around. I think it's that. You guys get to just hang out with me today. I don't want to be so intense that it's like boss battle vibes. Something in that vibe, kind of rocky. But it has to also, you know, work with the strings. Kind of in a C minor. Alright, it's also weird playing 5/4. Here's the thing. I feel like the visuals of this game, they're high fantasy, and let's just face it, they're a little cheesy, a little dated, like PS2 feeling. So I feel like one of the ways to help mitigate that is to write music that's a little more modern than the visuals. Like, let's not play it exactly. Let's try to make it a little bit cooler than it actually is. Hey, what's up, Pavel? Hey, thanks. He says, I'd love to see you record stuff live. Do that all the time, even on tracks that are mostly in the box, but I can't help it. It always elevates the music so much. It really does. Even badly recorded. I'm no bass player, but I play strings, and, I'm better than terrible, so it helps. And you can always edit it to really fit better. Yeah, I agree with you there. Alright, since we're in 5/4, I feel like I'm actually too loud. I'm going to turn this down just a hair. I kind of want it to be a little gritty like that. Yeah. With like the little pops and stuff, I just feel like it adds... It's the exact opposite character of those hyper clean staccato strings, right? Very metronomic, and then you come in with this beat, just takes it to a whole nother place. Now, can I achieve that today? Not sure, but I'll try.
Watch it learn, I did it! Or that I could avoid fighting altogether.
I'm telling you, I'm not great at this, but I like having that seventh. Bum, bum, bum. Those are the notes I'm going to stick with. So, whew, that's tough. That's not my normal day. But I've been practicing a lot lately with guitars and bass and cello and viola. Those are really my practice instruments right now. I just kind of, every day I pick one and play it for a little bit just to feel better about it, you know? I never want to lose chops. Considering using a pick. Let me just try, see if it's better. A big, fat, thick pick. I rarely pick the bass, but sometimes just to give it that grit. Dang it, why is that so much better? Because it's clean. Cool. Now it makes you want to make the whole track faster. Let's see if I can handle, if this track can handle a tempo being maybe like 160, just a hair faster. Oops, maybe first make sure everything is ready for that tempo shift. Yeah, it looks like it is. No, that wasn't. Okay, here we go. Boom, dum, dum. Not a lot faster, but just a little bit. Let's see if 160 feels better. Dang it, 5/4 is tough. Have to truncate. That's so fun. That's really fun to play. Here we go. Alright, that is so distracting with all the other sounds. I'm just going to solo it. 2, 3, 4. Woo! 5/4. My gosh, what am I doing with my life? I chose this too. 2, 3, 4. Oops. Three, four, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's see if we can edit that into some kind of, make some sense out of that. And if not, I'll try again, but I feel like I have enough content. And whenever dealing with live stuff, try to record it first if you can, because it gives everything else is kind of based on it. So let's do this. This was my little slide. I want that to start. Oops, all of my everything got zoomed out. Let me fix that. There we go. So basically want this. I wanted that to kind of be separately recorded, and then my final note, wherever the heck that's going to be.
Allow me to prove my...
Watch it blur, Watch it blur,
Probably there.
I did it! Were that I could avoid fighting altogether.
Alright, we're going to put that there. I'm not above splicing things together. No way, totally fine. I splice where I know my skill just isn't there, and that's okay. That's how we get by when our chops are not there. because I would rather play it myself and have me in it than hire someone else that sometimes you got to hire people, but I don't know. There's just something special about recording things yourself, putting your own soul into it, What happened? Did I not do the right one? I think it was actually supposed to be this one. Yeah. Technical term. Should be that. And we just gotta do a little crossfade action. Crossfades are good because then you get a small fade out and a small fade in of the new. If you make it really small, it should feel like it's one thing. One track, one recording. Let's clean this up. Power of having a digital amp is you can fix it on after you've recorded it. Not the best thing I've ever recorded, but it's also slightly chaotic, and I like that. I'll take that any day over a sample library. And the overdrive is intentional, but we gotta also pull it back so it's not so ugly. Probably stop it there. Let's audition of that again. I secretly played in 4/4 time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I played 7/4. That's what I did instead of 5/4. So I might have to change my line to match it. I think I played in 7/4, guys, instead of 5. Oh lordy, very metal. See if it lines up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't even know what this is. 6/4? Lordy, lordy, lordy. 6/7. Classic metal. Yeah. Just kind of was grooving. Really? It's an 8? 4/4? Oh, lordy. Maybe I can get by doing everything in 4/4. Yeah, it's actually in 4. What in the world? All right, let's get back to it. Let's do a little EQ on this. I really like it there. Not so much there. There. Tame it back quite a bit.
Allow me to prove my...
Watch it learn.
We have been beset upon!
We've been beset upon.
We have been beset upon!
5/4 is cool. That all works really well with the sound effects and everything. I think what I'm gonna do is go to the 4/4 section. And just copy and paste it. Like right here. Maybe here, one of these. Okay, so if I take this, because I butchered it so bad, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. I actually think it does make good sense to keep it in 4/4 because it's a rock groove. To do 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Get rid of that. Let me do my counting. So we'll do something like this. I have basically 8 bars of material. I'm going to shuffle it so it's not like the exact same. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, infinitely better than working with samples. Even though it takes a little bit of TLC here when I'm not that great at playing the instrument, I can still make something really cool out of it. And ultimately, it's more of an effect. I'm just going to do a little crossfade on each of these so they don't turn out awful. Let me fix this. Cool. And yeah, I know that I could have done that in like half the time, but it wouldn't have been as cool. Whereas like iconic to this track, you know? Alright, why are we fussing? I must already have one really small. Yeah, there's a tiny one there. That's dumb. So let's do this. Chop. So thanks for your patience with this little edit. But I think it's worth it. There we go. So there's my bass line. Let's see how it sounds now that it's been forced into 4/4 time, which I like. Just keeping all the groovy stuff in 4/4, keeping that intro in 5/4. Why not? Why not? 5. I do want to put it like dead on beat 5. And let's go ahead and chop it where it's exactly on the beat. Beat 5. And I am going to quantize it real quick to 16th notes, I think, just to help it stay in time. Nah, not 16ths. Let's do quarter notes. 8th notes. because of the rhythm. No. Whole notes? That feels better. Cool. I'm happy with that. Let's turn this one a little bit down. It's so like raw and I love it. Oh, I think I played this finger, didn't I? It's fine. Alright, let's redo this line. Which is the, hey, what's up, Jordan? Yeah, you caught me playing bass today. Surprise! I've been practicing. It's a good old Damage 2. Calling it War Drums. This is actually the default patch, if I remember correctly. The ensemble. It's the ensemble low toms and sticks. Sounds good. And now I gotta morph this into something that's 4/4. Cool. That's something you would only hear in an RPG, you know? Don't want to overdo it with this because it's a big ensemble, but I really like that groovy. Something you'd probably hear in a Final Fantasy game. Very different, right? I'm treating that like a snare, essentially, instead of a drum kit. That's the snare, but I'm using like the high toms. So making sure every 2 of every bar, or 1, 2, and 3, I guess it's the 3 of every bar, it's run 4/4 time, is the snare, the high. I'm happy with that. I guess it's for 30 seconds. Gotta really get into... Oh, no, they're 16ths. I just gotta quantize better. Like that. I'm going to replay that last part. Did not come out right. There it is. Still didn't come out right. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Oopsies. Yeah, that's it. And let's just go ahead and finish it off with another big smack. Cool. Let's also turn it down a little bit, maybe 2 dB. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and just print it. I love to work with audio every time I can. We'll just call that the BIP, the bounce in place. That way I can actually move it however I wish. Let's make it, because I'm only mixing one track today, I will just use the faders to put it exactly where I want it. So negative 4 dB is probably where I want it. Nah, too quiet. Negative 2. I'm going to quantize that to 16th notes. Nah, not 16ths. Let's choose... put it on quarter note, big notes, whole notes. No, it didn't help. 8th notes. Nah, didn't help at all. Oh well. Just leave it. What note is that? Fourths. So really we're in actually thinking this would be cool if we transposed up half step to E flat. Hey, what's up, Micah? You made it to the stream where I play bass. I want to save the strings right here. So this is the part where we're going to transpose, not here. A little early. So I want the strings in, strings short, coming in here to start moving up the scale. The transpose. To the D, so this should be back to I might E this whole time. Hold on, guys. Yeah, I was off a half step. So I'm literally going to take all of this and go up 1/2 step. So let me just kind of get my whole chords framed here. This is all E minor stuff. E minor. My brain was in D. E minor, and then F minor. So it's like a temporary modulation. You would even call it a key change. It's just to get us back to E. From E, you got to go somewhere. No, no. Let me double check. Hey, Resonant, this is Nuendo, my favorite DAW. Draw eighth notes, right? Okay, let me make sure these are right. Really? You haven't seen Nuendo? I mean, Cubase, Nuendo, same program, just different features. More advanced features in Nuendo. I see Nuendo all the time in the pro game audio sphere. Everyone is using Nuendo, Pro Tools, or Logic. Like, those are the three. Or Ableton if they're like really heavy into EDM. Why is this still so off? Let's just go back to E minor. Oh, duh, because a half step off. I was right the first time. I was halfway right. This should be E flat, not F. That's what was throwing me off. It's E minor. Then E flat. Then back to E. It's good, it's just feels weird without having the backbeat. So here's what's like desperately missing is some kind of cymbals or hi-hat, something like ticka 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 ticka, just to help fill the whole groove out. So I'm actually gonna grab, let's just get some hi-hats. But let's get it from a source that's like probably a drum set. So let me grab Easy Drummer. They have a really good metal drums. Let's grab death metal, just for the purpose of. I really don't want to go into the drum kit route. I want to keep it orchestral. feel like that's the answer, is to help open up the hi-hat on those offbeats. What a weird track, but I love it. This is like, to me, this is video game music. When you're taking a bunch of genres and mashing them together into something that shouldn't work, but it totally works. All right. Those are my, basically, I'm just going to say hi-hats. Easy D3. Let's bounce just that little guy. I don't think it matters what DAW you use at all. It's whatever you're comfortable with and whatever allows you to connect and get your work done. I adore Nuendo because it does everything I want it to do exactly the way I want it to be done. Isn't that what a tool should be? And I don't feel that way about other DAWs. I just don't. Never have. It's still pretty loud. Let's put that... I'm actually just going to do an EQ on it. That's not EQ, that's limiter. My old trusty fab filter. Thing's ancient, but I love it. Let's make it feel a bit distorted, even though it's not, by just boosting the high end and robbing its meat. That way it's present without feeling like it's overtaking. I'm going to give this the same treatment. It's different EQ. So for the war drums, obviously we gotta... I feel like it's actually too present in the bass right there, and it's actually stealing some of the bass. All of its goodness. So let's actually do a slight mid boost. Slight high boost. And take away, so if we're taking away 2, we'll add 1, 1, thereabouts. Let's see if that helps. Make some space. That already feels better. Here's a rule that I try to follow with EQ. If you take something away, add it back to somewhere else. That way you're not necessarily changing volume. If you have to tweak volume later, fine. But in general, if you take something away, add it back somewhere. Or if you add something, take it away somewhere else. That way it always keeps things balanced. And that bass is meant to be overdriven. And that's what kind of gives it the edge. But you got to also make some space in that low end, around about 2 dB is what I pulled back. Just groovy enough. These are actually too loud now because of that boost. Let's do 3. Yeah, that's good. Now let's treat the strings, because now this is no longer an orchestral track. It's like strings or everything. I want to use OTT very sparingly. It's insane. I don't think I have it on this computer. Dang it. Oh well, that's fine. We'll just recreate it with compression. It's basically compression and EQ. Let me compress first. I don't usually like to use a lot of compression, but here's an example where we really should. So what we want to do is basically, let me think this through. This would be a 0, like nothing's happening compressor, because it's a straight line. So you can see the shape, how it starts to bend as we go higher, right? And this is the threshold by which it starts to do it. So I actually want my threshold to be pretty low and my ratio to be really high. That way it feels squished. The attacks are really where it's all the magic's going to happen. Let's leave the release alone. And then we'll also take an EQ to the strings and really, I want that high end to just burst through. So we're going to do like +3. Let's take out a little bit of mids. And a little bit of lows to kind of equal 3. So I'll do 1 in the bass, 2 in the mids. It's not exact, but it's close. Okay. There it is. And then rob all of those. I don't really want to touch those too much. Just a little curve. Okay, let's see what that does to the strings. Oh my gosh, OMG. They work now. You guys hear the difference? Like they cut through now, and I didn't actually change any volume. I just reallocated the volume. So here it is without the goods. Kind of muddy in the middle, kind of lost. Now with a little bit of compression, a little bit of EQ, here's what happens. Now they're like sharp, pokey. This kind of feels like Chrono Cross battle music now, that's cool. See, now they really stand out at the beginning, which is what I wanted. And I think Micah asked, is this what string libraries is? This is just good old free Helix from Orchestral Tools. Because they're so pokey. Alright, we're getting there. I love that so much. You know what we need are some sticks. Just some good old sticks by themselves. And I know exactly where to go for that. This is the Hans Zimmer perc library. Let me find it. Because what we need is just to have a separate, effectively a snare. It's actually a rim shot type sound. Hans Zimmer. This is a really old plugin, but it's still so good. I don't think I want all of the things. I think I just want to grab the sticks. Which I guess, what do they call them? Let me find it, and then maybe I can isolate it. Does it even say what it is? It's this one. Rim Hit. Low Boom Gallery is what it's called. So let me reload. Low Boom Gallery only. That way I'm not loading like an obnoxiously large patch for no reason. Good sound. Already has all the necessary reverb. Cue. That again. Still too loud, but we'll get there. What that reminds me of is the Turks theme from Final Fantasy VII. I just replayed that game, so I'm sure that that's totally influencing me right now. But that's a good influence. That's the beat. I mean, let's go. Of course you were thinking that, Matt. I knew it. As you should. I love it. So now let's actually give that a similar EQ treatment. But this is going to be interesting. We're going to give it... This will work. We need to give it... We need to pull out the mids by... Let's do 3. I like 3 because 3 allows me to allocate 1 somewhere and 2 somewhere else. I have just found that to be a good balance. So if I take out 3 from the mids, then I need to actually add 1 to the bass, give it that extra boomy factor, and then give 2 positive to the highs. Usually 5K is like the sweet spot. 100 or 50 is the sweet spot down here in the bass. I don't want to roll off too much. Kind of like the boominess. So there it is. So this EQ curve, just to kind of reiterate, this EQ curve, by taking away 3 in the middle, I can now add 1 in the bass, add 2 to the highs, and it should be balanced. There it is. Woo! That sounds so good. Yeah, let's go. This bass got out of time. It's like the quantize made it worse. Let me unquantize. Let me get out the menu here. This is a cool feature in Cubase. I'm not sure if other DAWs have this, but you can unquantize something with this little reset button for just my selection. So I just selected that one little chunk, and now just that part returned. Praise the Lord. And then I'm just gonna scooch him on yonder with my grid off. Hopefully it'll let me do that. There it goes. That sounds really dumb to just stop on that note. Maybe I can go up. Boom. No. What do you think? That sounds better. I think the note's sharp, so it kind of is in between pitches, but whatever. I can change it if I want to. You can transpose by cents, not just the hertz, like not just the big notes, but the little notes too. As needed. We'll get there. Okay. Cool. Let's do a quick test, yeah?
Allow me to prove my...
Watch and learn, Gerard.
All right, I think we're on our way. And to me, it just gives a cool vibe to something that is super not cool. I mean, you could totally be fine hitting it on the nose by using fantasy music or like medieval music, but I think we're tired of that culturally. And anytime you can do something different and interesting, I think it just lands better. Okay, so now let's get... I can definitely fill it out more. Maybe what I can do is to help fill the void of not having regal music. Let's use some horns, yeah? I don't know quite which ones to use at the moment, but probably something a little bit more classical sounding would really feel good on top of the rock beat and stuff. So let's grab, let's just do some horns legato from my favorite, which is, I think that'll kind of fill the void of, because, you know, it's a king and a prince, father and son fighting against monsters. There needs to be some, like, I think it would be rejected by the dev team if we didn't have some kind of reference musically to the fact that it's royalty, right? Even if it's broken or it's messed up or whatever with the rock stuff. Let's do 6 horns. I'm always wary of grabbing a 12-horn ensemble because that's just madness. And in real life, you would never do that unless you're Hans Zimmer and you're writing for Inception. Like, there's no reason to ever grab 12 horns. It's madness. They would overpower the entire orchestra. And it sounds too big. Sometimes I just use 2 horns, but that sometimes sounds a little bit too thin. I think the sweet spot is 3, if you could do that. And I've actually heard of some composers loading like individual horns, 3 individual horns, different libraries, different samples, and then meshing them together, which is a cool idea. Oh, I'm stupid. Sorry, guys. I loaded the big patch that has every articulation known to man. I should have just grabbed the individual single patch. Sorry, this might take a minute. I'm going to delete it anyway. Oh, lame. Well, what else is going on? Maybe this is a good, like, ad break. So for those of you who have not yet joined Video Game Music Alliance, come join us. You won't regret it. Or maybe you will. In fact, you might regret it. Don't do it. There you go, reverse psychology. Don't do it. You'll regret it. Or maybe you'll regret it not doing it. Here we go. We're open now. 24 more hours. 28 more hours, if you want to be exact. Start your 3-day free trial now. Back to the show. Hey, perfect timing to delete all that just to get rid of it. That's a massive patch. Okay, horns 6. Let's do legato. I love this patch. See how fast it loaded? Because it's so tiny. And these are all on my M.2 SSDs, so like this stuff usually loads crazy fast. All right, I like to do this. I like to crank my mixed all the way up. Okay, maybe I don't want to do that. It's a good patch. Okay, it's my go-to. Not good for chords, though, so I'm actually going to create, just in case, I'll make another patch real quick. This will be chords, and it's actually just the next one. Right there. That actually worked way too well.
Allow me to prove my...
Alright, let's kill this for a minute. I just don't want to use horns, but I feel like I have to. The law demands. Let me get back to the piano. So, what am I even playing here? Interesting to know. I actually should make that a B. No, because I transposed. No. Yeah. So many options. Okay. I don't want to get away from like the cool vibe though. Let me just try something. Hurrah! This is my synth. Let me tune it. It's 4 oscillators, so I have to tune each one. I feel like the answer is to use a mode instead of sticking, traditional E minor. Is to get rid of the F sharp, so make it a flat 2. So all white keys in the key in E. No, you can't hear that after all that? Dang it. Sorry, guys. How about now? No. How about... There it is. Sorry, I was like playing a whole thing. Anyway. Instead of an E minor, flat 2. I know you can hear that. Oh, good, you didn't have to hear how badly out of tune it was. All right, so yeah, good old Phrygian. We have the chorus 2 from the Juno on. That's why it sounds like that. We have 4 oscillators on. They're all square waves. I think one of them's a sine wave. Yeah, 2 square waves of sine wave, and they're all 2 octaves apart. Same thing, even though it's, you know, synths are a weird breed because they're like electronic, like they're digital and analog at the same time. I'm controlling it from a different MIDI keyboard. I can control it from over here. Or over here. The way I have to set it up is I have the MIDI routed to the audio. So I don't know if this will sound good or not, but it's worth trying. Let's see. This is definitely more boss battle. But my favorite part about playing with a live synth is you have baked in limitations. Like it's on unison mode. So it won't let me play 2 notes at once. Play fast, it creates these cool like artifacts. Now what I might try, let me just play with the actual knobs. Just see what happens. See if this is worthwhile. Let's try. All right, that was a lot of experimenting, but let's try again. All right, here's what it looks like. Let's throw that into some verb. Like beat to something crazy, big, washy. It's like, it's an introduction that means business. Yeah, it's so cool. Kind of feel like I did not think I was going to do this today, but I think it's worth a shot. Let's grab Mr. E-Bass. And now let's try some E-Git. Not something I do a lot, but they go hand in hand. So let me turn on Mr. E-Git and plug them up. Let's do this. Let's take a quick little coffee break. I'll be right back with a guitar in hand. At least that's the goal. Don't go anywhere. Coffee button. Welcome back to the YouTube Live and stuff. Let's play some guitar. So currently I have Fender Strat here plugged in and little guitar rig on. Not really sure what I want to do with it. Definitely want to do some kind of strumming. So probably like, let's see. Nasty buzz. Seem to be missing some of my settings here. Apologies for the loudness. Let me turn it down a little bit, just in case. Well, thankfully we're already in E minor, which is good for guitar. Yeah, not my best instrument, but I'm working on it. So let's just see what we can get out of this. Let me tune. Take off all the junk real quick. Let's just go to like... Alright, let's do something. Excuse me. I think it's so sharp. Really, the whole thing is in E minor. All right, Thanks for your patience. I think I'm gonna do it here. My input's too hot. I'm gonna make it 20 dB instead of 30. That should help. I had the wrong pickup on. Let me try again. Wasn't bad, just the wrong pickup. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try palm muting a bit more. Butchered that. That's the right sound. Alright, hopefully we'll get it this time. I'm still a student, still learning. This is the behind the scenes stuff you're not supposed to see. That's alright. Cool. I like that a lot, actually. Adds a lot of grit that wasn't there before. Let me unplug that. Or at least just set it down and turn it off. Cool. I love recording live stuff. Again, even if it's not the best, it's infinitely better than not having it, I would think. Sounds awesome to me. Cool. Love it. So simple, but so effective. Like a good, super effective Pokemon move, right? Let's EQ this thing to death real quick. So, it has the opposite problem of the bass. It has too much. Yeah, thanks. Thanks so much, Jordan. I've only recently gotten back into playing guitars, and I forgot how much I flipping love it. The main reason is because the strings were so old and the necks had all warped. Because, I mean, I've had these things for 10 to 20 years each. Have 3 guitars and a bass. But over time, they warp and stuff, and they hadn't been properly set up in a very long time. And so I brought it over to a friend who works on guitars, and he just did a phenomenal job. If you're listening, Ryan, thanks, man. Did such a good job. Oh my gosh. And so now each of them just plays as smooth as butter, and it's easy to play it now. And now it's like reinvigorated me to want to learn them and to practice them. And opportunities like this, I try to just get it in there, you know? Okay, so the guitar, it needs to kind of do the opposite of the bass. So the bass is really, really chunky up here. So I'm thinking for guitar, let's just get rid of just about all of the low end. We're going to do like -4. Let's do a 1 dB boost in the mids and then a 3 dB boost closer to 5K. I think that'll solve it. Now let's just do those together. That may not be extreme enough. Oh yeah, I forgot to put this one back down. It sounds good. Like, I don't want it to be the main event. It's meant to be background. That's why it's all super mono-y and stuff. Yeah, Matt, absolutely, dude. It's just a personal friend. He does at his house, and he's phenomenal at it. And he's local to us, so yeah, absolutely. Ask me later. I'll give you contact. This is getting cool. What's happening though is it's clashing with the strings, which could be an arrangement issue. This needs a little bit of quantizing. So let me take this guy. It's just 16th notes. It might just be able to handle a good old 16th note quantize. Yes. This might need some like more extreme EQ. Yeah. It needs like a boost in the 10K area. Might be good just to stick it like that. To dodge the strings, because the strings, if you remember, we did a high boost. See, now it feels balanced. See you, Matt. Thanks so much for hanging out. I know Matt's going to a convention. Have fun, man. If you're still here, will you tell us, are you competing in Smash this time? You know what? I'm wondering if I have my settings on here a little too extreme. try a few. I think I just want like clean, but with some distortion. Whew, a lot of decisions. It's so fuzzy. Oh my gosh. It's such an important decision though, because it like completely overtakes the mix if I'm not careful. But I like it having it there. Alright, let me just tweak it for a minute. That helps, having that compressor. The noise gate. Let's see if that helps solve it. It might. Thanks for your patience with me. I don't do a lot of guitar stuff, so this is nice. It's a nice, fun challenge. I'm gonna pan it. And then we're gonna make the strings left. Where I'm gonna have to settle. Or just not keep the guitar at all. Not every idea is a good idea. I think there's too much happening. That's the only way to hear the bass, which is the main event. So maybe what I can do is move the guitar. There it is. Yeah, that's part 2. Totally. That's the answer. Too much was going on, and it was just all fighting for attention. So, just make a new section. Don't have to do it all at once, right? So that's the next section. That's cool. Why not? All right, let's just keep rolling with it. Thanks for your patience with me. I did not think it was going to take this long, but it's okay. We're all learning and having fun. Excellent. There's some power in that. I like that. Cool. And that feels like the emotion of even like the picture of like the king. He's trying to teach his son how to battle. It's kind of the storyline. So it has like this edge to it, which I like. Cool. I like that so much better. Kind of like the squeaks, like it's not perfect. So this was the E flat, right? Probably 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 loop. This will be like a tiny little outro, but I'll use the synth again to help. It's gonna be E minor, dun, dun, dun. So let me go ahead and grab that synth again and put it right here at the end. Just the end part. Something like that. Boom. Let's get that next part in for the perk. It's all there. Just do a tiny little crossfade so that it all feels uniform. Here's the low booms. Oops, I put it in the wrong. What in the world? Oh, did I not ever have that as a thing? Oh, it's right here, that's why. So confused. There it is. Fixed it. There it is. Could not hear. One more try. God. 2, 3, 4. Da. 1, 2, 3, 4, bah. I'll do a little outro. 2, 3, 4. Like that. 2, 3, 4. I did none of that on click, so we're just gonna have to guess it. Guess it in. It's all 16s, it's easy. Let's check it. One. So this just needs to be ba 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 ba. Cool. Let's get that in audio format. Got a nice chunk of people watching right now. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I really appreciate it. Hope you're learning and having fun. I like how this is like halftime, and then it goes into double. That's awesome. Golly, what is that? That's a fun line. right, let's figure that out. Let's do the MIDI first. Then we'll do the audio. Okay, now the fun. One more pass, but with the MIDI controls behind me. This should be interesting. All right, that's cool. I like that, short. It's just having a hard time registering it because of how long the notes are with that setting. So let me try making these super duper short. Oh, this is tricky. All right, finally got it. Jeez. Good old analog takes forever sometimes. Let's get her in. So this part. So the way to do this is you actually have to record it live because of just the way it works mechanically. So I'm going to start with the cutoff frequency down. Here we go. That didn't get the end. Okay. Oh man, this is getting wild. It's so much fun. Alright, so let me mute the MIDI. This way. Pretty cool though. How we can do all this. Modern tech. It's like it's the best of both worlds, really. All right. You guys are too kind. Here we go. Yeah. I'm going to copy this. We're going to have a poly D long and short. So here's what we're going to call this. This is going to be synth bass poly D. This is synth ARP. So what I want to do is keep this. But actually there was another take right here, which was the cool note, which I'd like to keep, but I have to do that as a separate pass real quick, now that the sustain is fixed. So if I do this, 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 this. Okay, now that's all fixed. I didn't even have to walk over to the machine. So cool. I love that about this stuff. When you connect your hardware synths to MIDI, you can control it from either the machine itself or from a separate MIDI controller, which is so cool. I love that. Okay, so now we have both going on. This is way too loud, so we're gonna knock this down like 5. Just makes it really cool. Transition. Okay, so now I want to add delay to that entire line. So it's going to be right here. We're going to do, let's do probably 8ths or 16ths. Let's just experiment with how that sounds on top of the reverb. Yeah. It'd actually be really cool to double with strings. halfway point? Probably here. Sounds like solo. It's kind of hard to hear. That's kind of the point. It's just doubling. And we'll do some octaves. Very cool. Now let's take this and double up the octave. This is kind of tough. We got to do. Something like that. All right, and then the loop is going to go all the way back to there, which is cool. Actually, that's an intro. I don't know. We need more going on here. Go! Woo! Oh, yes, please. Alright, so the trick here is to really get a long range. Even venture into the sharp 4. The major 4. Ooh, I might want to do some vocals on this. That's regal. Da, da. Secret to these is to making sure every single one has a small extension so that they do the legato patch. I'm gonna make these like 120 milliseconds behind on purpose. 80. Man, we're close. Just for fun, let me try something. I'm going to mute my mic for you guys so that I can try singing and just see how it goes. Testing, testing. There we goes. Na, na, oh, na, na. All right, next. This one will be centered. All right, here we go. Should I try? It's pretty high. No. Do we dare? Let's just try.
Why not?
A lot of breath. That's a ROM. Alright, turn my mic back on. I'm not even saying that's like the greatest sound ever, but it is me and it's fun. And really what I'm going to do is just take these down a lot. Take down the reverb a lot. And then let's get like a choir library, but then that can kind of be the mask. Freya. Freja. And Wotan. All right, hopefully I can do this quickly. I really don't want to spend all day on this track. Okay, we're gonna do all legato mixed with bass. Those basses all legato. I need Wotan tenors all legato. Hopefully that'll add them together. Nah, it did not. Bleh. I need Wotan, legato, basses, like that. There we go. Yum bum ba da da dum. Maybe I'll just do that, but way quieter than mine, and then it should all feel roughly the same. Let's see. That's the goal. Let's test that theory. Just doing some mixing. Cool. Yeah, very Halo-esque. But I like that because it's very royal. These are male characters. That's pretty cool. Completely unnecessary, but that's half the fun, right? early. Like a whole beat early. Let me try that again. 80 or negative 80. Have a freaking choir. I love it. It sounds so good. All right, let's finish this track. Strong. Good old Phrygian. That'll be cool with the poly. Double, that's why it sounds weird. Yeah, try this again. Oops. Here we go. Nice. Alright, these are going to be just like high strings short. Let's get some like what I'm going to call mid strings. That's going to be like basically violas and high cellos. Oopsies. Let me actually go back. My compressor has squashed them down too much. So really, I guess the loop point could go back to here. It's a short loop, but... So, for fun, let's grab a part of the battle that's actually super long. So there's like another battle here at the end. With some sound effects, and like, let's get inspired. Where is it? this whole battle.
Our lives are on the line here.
Let's see what that all feels like. If I go to 12.
Our lives are on the line here.
Probably when she says that. Be a good spot.
Our lives are on the line. Lives are on the line here.
I'll do a little fade in. Ah! Not there. Here.
Our lives are on the line here.
Time to act.
There we go.
My resolve is unmatched. Not today.
I'm ready.
Not today. Watch and learn, Gerard. Now! Not today. I'm ready for anything.
I never let my prey escape.
I'll handle this. So long. Here goes nothing!
We fight for the Empire!
What should I do in this situation?
I'm ready. Our lives are on the line here.
Sweet. Man, that feels really good.
Our lives are on the line here.
Time.
I like it like that. Just for fun, let's take everything now. It starts here. And let's take it all and throw it right here at the loop point.
Leave everything to me. Okay. We won the battle, not the war.
Cool.
Our lives are on the line here.
Time to act.
My last few edits. I think it's okay having the bass as a solo, basically. It makes you really focus on the combat. This is a situation where I don't want to overwrite for no reason. Like, it doesn't need anything else. As we learned by taking the guitar out, it didn't help. works.
I'm ready.
And honestly, this might actually be a perfect normal boss battle. It is a little bit more interesting and exciting than a normal battle, right?
Leave everything to me. Okay. We won.
All right, cool. So that'll be the loop point. And so let me show you guys, if you're interested. Let's take the next few minutes. I'll show you how I would actually turn this into a loop. So a couple things. First of all, got to export the thing. I'm happy with every bit of that. First things first is I need to export a little bit beyond the loop. Typically I like to do 1 or 2 bars. We'll just call that reverb tail, like that. And then this is what we're going to call the first time loop. And so I'm going to export everything as, we'll just call this Romancing SaGa 2 boss battle. I like to put the tempo in there, which is 160 BPM. And this is the first time loop. Make sure it's always a 24-bit, 48K sample rate, like that.
Our lives are on the line here.
Whoops, cannot include the game audio. Noob mistake. Turn that off. Tail. Cool. And now we have to do one more pass. The second pass, what I call the second time, starts at bar 20, but we cannot have any of the information from the preceding measures present. So what I do is I just take everything and mute it. That's to the left of that area. And then theoretically, if you start playing, well, you can't hear that. I have to do that. You should be able to hear it. I appreciate the suggestion there, Nicholas. For the sake of time, I gotta be done. But yeah, I could add more to that section, but I really like it. Now, that is true. You make a great point that I don't have... Is that true that I don't have the low booms? Where'd they go? Oh. Dude, you just caught me. You caught me. See? That's supposed to be there. Was that there? No. See? I made a mistake. Boom. That was muted for some reason. Yeah, it's not supposed to be muted. You totally caught me. So let me bounce that. It was muted. Where'd it go? Hello? Bounce, please? There it is. That should actually solve all of that, because that's what I wrote. Oh, yeah. The difference. Oh, my gosh. Now I don't even know what it's like with it. In fact, this entire track is now too loud. Dang. Yeah, what a difference. I'm glad you caught that. It's like my favorite part of the whole track. There it is. Okay, dang it. Well, we have to redo. Shoop boop. I'll save the title, but that's it. Let's go back to here. Flabba flabba flah. Yeah, we gotta redo it. Great ear that you caught that. Oh my gosh. I surely did not catch that. But now I have to rethink all of my life decisions. Yeah. What a difference. Oh my gosh. All right, you're the winner of the day. Congrats. Let's try this again. Next, the wiener. Now we can go to 20, take everything, chop it like chopping, Frederick chopping. All right, hopefully everything shall be as intended. Yeah, okay, and then call this second time. Hey, what's up, Jake Lives? That was weird. It stopped for you guys too. Oh well. All right, friends, so we stop that audio. Now the fun begins. I'm going to show you exactly what I do. I take these two tracks, I go to Audacity, which is over here. Take track 1, throw it in, take track 2, throw it in. Make sure everything is set to 160 BPM, which it is. We're going to snap to quarter notes. Remember, there's a couple 4 bars in there, so it won't be exact. But it should be something like this. Probably on beat 2, maybe? Let's find out. Oh, it is exact. And there's the loop. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 1 Cool. And then I take that. Let's actually grab the original video, which you guys have access to, by the way, if you're a VGMA member. And so what we're going to do is this. I'm going to take this, throw it to the other screen, and then we are going to play it. It's going to be epic. I'm going to turn the volume down about 6.
Father, we have been beset upon! Allow me to prove my...
Watch and learn, Gerard.
I did it!
Our lives are on the line here.
Time to act. My resolve is unmatched. Not today.
I'm ready.
Not today. Watch and learn, Gerard. Now! Not today. I'm ready for anything.
I never let my prey escape.
I'll handle this. So long. Here goes nothing!
We fight for the Empire!
What should I do in this situation?
I'm ready. Leave everything to me. Okay.
Excellent. And that is that, folks. That is that. Let me get this back open here. Cool. And that's how you do it. So much fun. Thanks, guys, for being a part of this today. But that was a lot of fun for you, just kind of seeing a full track from start to finish and how it loops. And what you do is you throw that into Wise or Fmod or directly into the game engine. And as long as you can tell the game to play the first track one time and then you play the second track infinity times, which is looping. That way it keeps doing that loop that I just showed you, and you're good to go. But that sounds awesome. That was super fun. And I encourage you guys, if you're inside VGMA already, go grab that clip and score it yourself and share with everybody else how it went. I bet yours will be very different than mine. I really tried to lean into something quite different today by focusing on the bass first. So in case you did not watch the whole stream, go back to the beginning and you'll see I picked up the bass, played a lick until it felt good, got it in, tweaked it, added guitar, some sections, added all these cool drum grooves, wrote a string line, wrote a horn line, and then sang to get the choir, doubled it with a sample library choir to really get to fill it out. And I think the end result is really fun and really cool and unique, and I'm really proud of that. So thanks, guys, for being a part. And for everyone that's not already in VGMA, we are live. We're open right now for the next 24 hours. So come join in. There you go. Exactly 1 day and 4 hours left. So come join, start your 3-day free trial, and just check out what the community is all about. And I hope that that serves you guys so well. So thanks bunch for being here, and I'll see you next time. And for those inside VGMA, well,